Remember when Tony Stark built the first Iron Man suit inside a cave while being held hostage? Yeah, turns out inventing cool stuff during life or death situations isn't just a Marvel thing. It's actually how we got microwaves, duct tape, and even tampons. Pretty cool. Let's talk about the wild, weird, and unexpectedly useful things humans invented. Not in labs, but in the middle of war. The ARPANET, aka the granddaddy of the internet. Back in the 1960s, during the Cold War, the US was sweating bullets. And not just because of polyester. The fear? A Soviet nuke could knock out the entire communication system. Boom, total silence. So, the US Department of Defense cooked up ARPANET, short for Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. It was like the OG group chat for computers, linking up universities and research centers, including UCLA, Stanford, and MIT. The idea? Decentralized communication. If one part got nuked, the rest could still pass notes. Digital ones, anyway. Fun fact, UCLA was actually the first node on ARPANET. In 1969, it sent the first ever message over the network, just 2 letters, L and O. They were trying to type login, but the system crashed after the O. Classic first-day tech fail. Now here's the difference. ARPANET was the prototype, exclusive to researchers and military brainiacs. The internet is its glow-up, public, global, and home to everything from Nobel Prize research to your aunt's latest Facebook conspiracy theory. The first ever antibiotic, penicillin. Penicillin was discovered by accident in 1928 by Alexander Fleming, but no one really used it for years. Turns out turning fuzzy bread mold into medicine was harder than it looked, so it sat on the shelf literally for over a decade. Enter World War II. Suddenly, every nation wanted a miracle drug. Soldiers were dying from infected scrapes, not bullet scrapes. So, scientists, especially in the US, started growing penicillin like it was sourdough starter. Fun fact, the best mold strain came from a moldy cantaloupe bought at a Peoria, Illinois grocery store. No joke. Penicillin went into mass production, saved millions of lives, and launched the antibiotic era, all thanks to mold, war, and a very observant grocery shopper. Jet engines, born from war, now fueling budget travel. Back in the 1930s, 2 engineers, Frank Whittle in Britain and Hans von Ohain in Nazi Germany, were separately working on the same game-changing idea, a jet engine that used compressed air and combustion to generate massive thrust. Both faced skepticism. Whittle's ideas were ignored for years by the British military. Meanwhile, von Ohain had backing from the Luftwaffe, and his prototype flew in 1939, just before war broke out. Fast forward to 1944. Germany unleashes the Messerschmitt Me 262, the first operational jet-powered fighter in history. It was a beast with top speed, over 540 miles per hour, armament, 430mm cannons and air-to-air rockets, and was nicknamed by Allied pilots the blowtorch. It could outrun anything in the sky, but it had issues. Needed long runways, jet engines were unreliable, and Hitler delayed its use by demanding it be a bomber, not a fighter. Result? It came too late to save the war for Germany. The jet engine didn't just change the war, it changed the world. After World War II, jet tech exploded. By the 1950s, commercial jetliners like the de Havilland Comet were shrinking the world. Today, jets power everything from F-22 Raptors to the plane taking your grandma to Vegas. So yeah, we went from propellers to breaking the sound barrier in less than a decade. Microwave oven, radar, chocolate, and accidental cooking. In 1945, Percy Spencer, an engineer at Raytheon, was testing a magnetron, used in radar systems, when he noticed a chocolate bar melted in his pocket. Instead of ignoring it, he experimented further with popping popcorn and even exploding an egg. This led to the development of the radar range, the first microwave oven. The first commercial models were massive, about 6 feet tall, 750 pounds, and cost around $5,000, plus more than a new car at the time. Eventually, companies shrank it down, slapped it on a kitchen counter, and made it the hero of leftovers and late-night instant noodles. From military radar to midnight snacks, Percy turned melted chocolate into a food revolution. Duct tape, invented by a factory worker, backed by a president. In World War II, Vesta Stout worked in a munitions factory and noticed that the paper tape sealing ammo boxes made it hard for soldiers to open them quickly. She wrote a letter in 1943 to President Franklin D. Roosevelt suggesting a better solution: a strong, cloth-based, waterproof tape. Her letter got passed to the War Production Board, and Johnson & Johnson developed what was then called duct tape, named for its water-resistant cotton duck cloth backing. After the war, it was repurposed for sealing HVAC ducts, and the name slowly shifted to duct tape. A war worker's smart observation led to one of the most versatile tools ever. Today, it's used for everything from quick fixes to space missions, and maybe even holding your car bumper together. War is a brutal, awful thing, but human creativity under pressure? That part's fascinating. So next time you're heating leftovers, watching Netflix, or flying cross-country in a metal tube, remember? It all started with wartime panic, moldy fruit, and a guy with a melty chocolate bar. And that's just a few. In the next video, we'll cover even more surprising inventions war gave us, including one you're probably wearing right now. Don't miss it. Hit that like button, subscribe to Fact Dump TV, and tap the bell so you never miss an upload. We drop facts that are strange, hilarious, and sometimes accidentally invented during war. See you next time.